cheering like crazy too at that recipe. That is an Indo-Chinese chili paneer, and that is the recipe from Chef Anjum Anand, who is joining us now in studio. It is so good to have you here.
It's good to be here.
A UK native who has written this, your 8th cookbook, I Love India. And you know, part of the reason you got into the cooking game was what? What was happening with Indian food, did you find?
Well, I just found that actually Indian food is much more interesting than what a lot of people perceive it to be. You know, I'm going to start cooking while we talk. Can I do that? Can I just interrupt my own self and
interrupt your own self?
I know. Imagine what it's like to be married to me. So, if I'm going to ask you if we could start frying off this paneer.
Yes.
Just by dipping it into that really light slurry.
You got it.
So I suppose growing up Indian, I never realized the perception of Indian food from British people. I never understood why they had that. They were like, it's so heavy, and it's like something I have on a special occasion, and billions of Indians are eating this food like 3 times a day. And
right.
I never really understood it until I went to university, and was taken to a curry house. And I went there and I was like, okay, now I get it. This is not proper Indian food. And, in an Indian restaurant, like all restaurants, there's a lot more oil and ghee, and there's nut paste, which we would never put in our home food because nuts are so expensive in India. You would never put it in your food.
Right.
You know, you would eat it, you send it on Christmas, like on Diwali. That's when you send nuts.
Right.
So there was this big misconception. And at the same time, I graduated university, and I was home, and I'm like, I'm going to leave home soon. I went back home after university, like a good Indian girl.
Yes. Well,
didn't have a mortgage till a lot later.
Yeah.
And I said to my mum, I want to learn all your food, actually, because I want to have a family. Because for me, food and my family, it's all intertwined, and all my favorite memories and becomes a really big part of your identity, if you know what I mean. Because what do you connect with? So we'd go to India every year, and I would eat there, and my whole mum's family is vegetarian, and my entire dad's family is non-vegetarian. So it was this tale of 2 extremes. And then I lived in Switzerland, which was the polar opposite of India. So it was a funny way to grow up, and I obviously connected with the food. And actually, it's amazing, because I've done this. So this is my 8th book.
Yes.
And so I've been doing this for a while, and it's brought me closer to India. You know, it's given me lots of reasons to travel there. I get to travel to the different regions. I've understood more about the history, the geography, and actually it's brought me closer to the country I was never born in, but very much feel I'm a part of. So it's been great.
Food is such an important part of culture, and you are now, you know, tied to your mother-in-law as well through food, which is a very nice connection that you can have with her.
Yeah.
This recipe is sort of Indo-Chinese, so it's got some influences from a couple of different continents and areas of the world. This is, what is this? What I was doing right now?
Okay, so
just so I can catch them up.
Okay, just so that we're going to just want them to be a little bit golden all around, so you can already turn
like that.
Just exactly, really lightly. So what's really, I think for me, Indian food has many faces.
Yes.
And when we talk about Indian food outside of India, we talk about it as a collective, but actually it's a collection of regions, because every region, if you look at the north of India, it grows the same things we grow in England. Yeah. And if you look at the south of India, it grows, you know, bananas and lentils and rice, and up is like apples and apricots and all sorts of different things. Okay, I've got some ginger and garlic here, which I've browned. Yep. And then I'm going to add in, okay, I got lots of chilies.
Yes. How hot is this recipe?
It's really as hot as you want it to be, so you can add 2 or you can add 6, but you don't cook them for very long, and the heat's all within. Got it. So it's not so bad, but it gives a lot of flavour to food. Okay. And I've pierced them all with the tip of a knife so they don't burst, which is what they would do if you don't. Okay. And some peppers and some onions. So one of the big influences of Indian food is all the different people who came to India. So you had the British who came, the Portuguese, then we had lots of traders, and actually all of them brought their food, and you know, for hundreds of years it was in those hundreds of years that they were there, it just became Indian food. Right. So we had a really big immigration of the Chinese who came down to India. Yep. And so they liked their food, but the Indians found it bland. So Indians spiced it up. And you have this entire type of food called Indo-Chinese food with weird names like Manchurian gobi, which is Manchurian cauliflower. It's just, but you take their principles, which this probably would have been done with tofu or chicken. So you took the ingredients you had in your new country and you made it palatable to the people. So
now I can imagine this would be the case for a lot of different cultures, because no country is an island. Well, some of them are islands, but we're all influenced. We're all influenced by so many different cultures. And we have an Italian chef that comes on the show all the time, and he's outraged by what we think is Italian food in North America. Outraged. So every culture sort of goes through that thing where they see the reimagining of their food, and they're sort of like, this is not right. So it's nice that you were introducing Indian and all all of its different flavors and cultural influences to people?
Yeah, well, I mean, for me, it's always been, it's like a bee in my bonnet that drives me on. It's like, you know, my kids came home from school and they said, oh, we went and we had a curry. I'm like, what do you mean you had a curry? Like, there's no such thing as a curry. Was it like a yogurt chicken? Was it like a cumin? We don't have, like, there are 200 curries per region in India. And it's a word that's used very easily as a collective, but actually Indian food is stir-fried, it's steamed, it's tandoori, you know, it's baked, it's so complex. And so when, you know, the Brits, and they still do, and I've been doing this for 13 years, and I'm still saying the same message, which is it's not all a curry. Everything with spice is not a curry.
Right.
A curry is something with flavor. I mean, I read a book on this. I was like, you know.
School us. I love it. Okay, so now you've got, what have you added in now?
Okay, so I added the fresh ingredients with the peppers, the onions, and the green chilies.
Yeah. I
would normally stir-fry them a little bit longer.
For sure.
Then I added the ketchup, the soy, and the tomato puree.
Got it.
And some vinegar, so it's sweet and sour. I'm going to put in some paneer, which was made earlier.
Lovely.
I would leave
mine's
that.
Mine's still going.
At this point, you add a splash of water and you just simmer it away until the paneer is lovely and soft and the ingredients all come together.
Lovely.
But that essentially, a little bit of black pepper, is how quick and easy.
And
it's like a meal in 15 minutes,
Okay.
How quick and easy it is to make. And this would be served with some rice.
Yes.
But also typically at home, you know, in India, you have lots of different things you share. So this would be one of many different plates on a table, including rice. So it wouldn't always be like a set plate like that.
I love it, and I like the education that happens, because that is the joy of having all different cultures living together. We can teach one another.
Yeah, and we're so
cultures.
open to learning now. Like there was a time when people were like, oh, Indian food or West Indian food, oh, it's going to be spicy. But now we're adventurous, we're interested, and I think that's one of the really great things of globalization is we travel everywhere. And we're like, oh, I had a really great dish here and I want to cook it at home. And now we're able to do that because we have the cookbooks and, you know, and the internet and everything else.
Well, we have the chefs out there like you that are helping us through it.